trying to get ready for a 3.0 tournament in a couple of weeks. I usually warm up with a slinger bag on my side of the net, speed dial set to point to the left at the 9 o'clock position, feet speed set to the same 9 o'clock position, and the launch angle set to about 25 degrees, or just between the second and third hash mark on the launcher. I like to see if I can manage to hit 10 straight backhands and 10 straight forehands from a relaxed 60 to 70% swing intensity to get some more consistency in the blood flowing. This slinger setting does a pretty good job of simulating the typical loopy high topspin shots with moderate court penetration and low to moderate shot speed. So it should be an easy put away for my forehand, but typically tough on my one-handed backhand. This is probably the most often seen shots, at least I've seen in the 3 USTA 3.0 tournaments I played so far. The majority of the shots I see look just like this. Once I'm physically warmed up, I set the slinger bag at the opposite service line with the speed dial set to the 12 o'clock position and at the same feet speed at approximately the 9 o'clock position. And launch angle dialed way down to about 5 degrees, or halfway between the first and the 0 hash mark. I try to vary my backhand shots and again aim for getting 10 quality shots back in a row. If I miss a couple or shank a backhand or two, I'll reset my internal counter and start again. Sometimes I will go through half the hopper just to get 10 shots in a row. Working on the backhand is a total bitch. Also working on getting 2 short balls better. Playing at the 3.0 tournaments here in Southern California, there isn't the same amount of court penetration and velocity that I'd see playing my daughter, who just made the JV team as a freshman at her high school. Especially with a lot of defensive blocks that fall well short with very little kick. So I set the slinger at around 10 o'clock speed and a low launch angle again, and the lowest feet speed to allow me to get back to the baseline between shots to simulate moving up for a shorter shot. In tournament play, this oftentimes results in a point in my opponent's favor because I tend to overswing and either send the ball well into the back fence or be too lazy with the footwork and allow the ball to drop way too low and not being able to get it over the net or shanking it, leading to an easy pop-up for my opponent to put away. This particular drill is strenuous and I can maybe do 10 shots in a row before I just start sucking wind. I also need to learn how to deal with the tap-in type second serve too. Setting the slinger bag at the baseline with a relatively high launch angle, about 20 degrees, and feet speed set at the 11 o'clock, resulted in a very similar shot to a tap-in second serve. In tournament play, a tap-in second serve should be an absolute easy put away for me, but since I rarely ever see it, it again results in a point in the opponent's favor. I either overswing and hit it well into the net or well into the back fence again. So I need to get up to the ball quickly and aim for either corner and put it away with just enough aggression but not overswing, resulting in an unforced error. And finally, the serve is probably the one shot that I have the highest confidence in right now. Trying to swing at around 80% of my typical max power with a nice relaxed motion rather than struggling to overpower the ball. Basically picking location over speed. This is more typical of my serves now. I think I hit 14 out of 16 serves total in this particular stretch and still maintain velocity well into the high 80s and low 90s miles per hour, while being able to somewhat control my shots to the tee while still working on slicing that first serve wide, which should be a higher percentage shot to serve wide and serve to the tee. It's getting closer to a natural shot to the tee that I had with a wide serve, with a small adjustment my brother made to increase my knee bend to allow my torso rotation to redirect the ball to the wider side of the deuce court. I played in 3 USTA 3.0 tournaments so far here in Southern California and have not managed to win a single match. Although most of the matches were closer than the score indicate, I figured if I could hold all of my service games and hold it well, then I should really only need to break my opponent once or twice per set. I realize that my shots are fundamentally sound, but my mental game is very suspect, having not played any sort of real competition pretty much in my entire life. Last match that I played was a grueling 2+ hour 2-set match, and I think my stamina isn't an issue anymore because I was able to play and finish that match pretty well. So now I'm primarily working on getting my shot consistency and making sure that I get a higher percentage of shots back without overswinging and making enforced errors to get points away.